Class.com. And I registered that name myself. I'm kind of proud of that. It cost me $25, 1994.
Wow, you were on ahead.
I was on
ahead of the ball.
Yeah. So
winterize yourself.
Is a safe mushroom to consume. There's several clinical studies out on it treating mild cognitive dysfunction. But there's 2 mouse studies that I think are quite illustrative. And this is translational medicine. This translates from mice experiments to humans. We already know that it has aspects of neurogenesis. When you go into a state of Alzheimer's, which is a big complex, but one of the characteristics is the formation of amyloid plaques. Demyelination of the neurons, myelin transmits the neural signals. Demyelination occurs. Your outer sheath on the neurons is interrupted by amyloid plaques that then prevent neurotransmission. So the experiments with the mice, which I think are so interesting, one experiment was the maze experiment, where the mice were put into an arena and they went out a corridor, and they went one way in the corridor, they'd find food, the other way is no food. Well, very quickly the mice learned, you go out the corridor, go to the left, you find food. They injected it then with a toxic polypeptide that induces amyloid plaque formation, that is a neurotoxin. Very quickly, after 2 weeks or so, the mice developed neuropathy. They got confused. They couldn't remember which way to go. It randomized. Upon giving these mice again mushrooms for a few weeks, they nearly re-normalized. Upon sacrificing the mice in the first part of the experiment, they saw the amyloid plaques and the demyelination. The second part of the experiment, of course, another subset of mice, they found that the myelin regrew and the amyloid plaque had resolved.
This is post-mortem. You say sacrifice.
Well, yeah, it's 100 mice. So you're basically cutting their brains off. You're cutting off a representative sample. Right. You sacrifice them. You determine, that's representative of the population. Now the remaining population that's alive, they fed them the mushrooms, and they found that they regained neurological function.
Wow.
The other experiment, which I find is even more fun, is and this was done in Japan. They put like 100 mice in an arena, and they put a toy in the middle of the cage. And all the mice got excited. They came up and sniffed it and smelled it, and they got really excited. And they sat there with counters to measure the number of points of contact. How many points of contact the mice have exploring a new toy? So they got a really good baseline, hundreds of data points. And then they did the same thing. Then they introduced this cyclopeptide, this neurotoxin, and the mice then, after a while, were uninterested, didn't have imagination, no curiosity. They put in a new toy, they were disinterested. They did the same thing. Now, even their full-blown dementia-like symptoms gave them lion's mane mushrooms. And after a few weeks, when they put in a new toy, they came back to near normal levels. Upon sacrificing the mice, they found that the amyloid plaque had resolved and myelin had regenerated and neurogenesis had occurred. This is a smart mushroom.
All right. How y'all doing today? I am Miss Wells, America's health teacher, owner and operator of Abundant Health Services. Basic steps to better health. I had to stop the video right there because I really wanted to lean in on an important point that the guy brought up. And if you're interested in any of the videos, and there's that one, and there's one other short clip that I'm gonna play for you guys. This guy's name is Dr. Paul Stamets, S-T-A-M-E-T-S. Paul, S-T-A-M-E-T-S, Paul Stamets. He has some phenomenal lessons that I think are pretty easy to understand for someone who's not in the health industry. This is our first Health Class USA. Woo! Yay, we're back. I know, did y'all miss me? All right, it's America's shortest health class, but guess what? It's going to be America's most potent health class. This is the most important topic I think that I'm going to ever probably cover and tackle in 10 minutes for people who are over the age of 35. Reason being, so as we age, it's not just plaque on your teeth that you need to worry about that's building up. And I can assure you, if you're over 35, this process has already started. There's plaque that happens in our brain. There's plaque also that builds in our heart. You guys have heard me. I've talked to, I'm blue in the face, and I'm going to continue to talk about that heart, that plaque that's in your heart. But here's one that's going to actually help you with both. Lion's mane. Please remember this. Lion's Mane. I'm going to show you what the packs look like. There's another version. There's a coffee version it'll be brown instead of this is green. This is their green tea version. This is $1.99 a pack. 29 a pack. Just to make sure that we're all on the same page. This I don't work for these people. I don't know these people. This is what their green tea, their matcha latte, like green version. It's not much caffeine in that. It's just but for you, if you want to know, if you just want the mushroom, this looks like. You cannot afford to neglect. It can't do a day or every other, at least commit to 1 week. Just on your calendar that on Sundays, I am doing my part. It's as if, like, think about if you're cleaning a tub or if you cleaned something that was really, really dirty, or you're shoving or brushing your teeth. Best example. Think about the plaque of how you're removing plaque off your teeth buildup. You got to have something that's helping your brain remove these plaques. It's been proven. You ain't got to take my word for it. You can go and I'm also going to share the link, this video, so I go ahead, publish it live, replay. I'm going to edit it down. I'll put the link to the edit, as well as the NIH studies where you can see. So people who are already, you have someone in your family, if you know for a fact that dementia, Alzheimer's, or anything related to it, if you've had processed food, if you've eaten fast foods, you definitely probably already, me included, have plaque buildup that's already started in your brain. You have to do something to help your brain. Your brain has what is called the glymphatic system, which is a cleaning process. Sure interrupts that. Our highest environment interrupts that. When you live in a big city, the exhaust and all of the things that you can't do anything about, but actually try to do something to help your brain clean itself. That thing, Lion's Mane, is going to help you. Remember me saying this. Lion's Mane is going to help your brain. You have to do something now, not later, now, to actually help your brain. This is going to not only help you, some people like to call it in a nootropic family, but really it's not. The true medicinal mushroom. Anybody who knows me, which most of you on this call, you do. Y'all know I can't stand no mushrooms, but I ain't crazy enough to neglect mushrooms. There was somebody who was very, very well known. Per my healthy weight, he still got stuck like Chuck. He still just died of a heart attack 2 days ago. Just died of a heart attack at 56. If you die before 60, that's what's considered a premature death. The human lifespan is between 0 and 120. There's no need. There's no reason that you shouldn't be making it past 100. There's no reason. You got to do your part. You have to do something. And you do that as $1. You got a box on Amazon. Go to the people's site. This Four Sigmatic, FOURIGMAC. And I ain't talking about something I heard. I'm telling you about something I actively do. It was discovered back in the 90s in Japan. I forget the guy name, can't pronounce it anyway, but look it up. Like 92 around to Hurricane Andrew, I can tell you that much. But anyway, Lion's Mane, you can the elixir form. There's a powder form. This is an adaptogen. And the thing that I love about Four Sigmatic is that they put this with a powerful adaptogen. Most of the time, they also push ashwagandha. An adaptogen is something that is like one of Richie says, hello, is it me you're looking for? That means it'll be what you need it to be. So if it needs your stress levels to be lowered internally, what it's going to do, it's lowered. Higher stress levels, which your environment, the chemical stressors, that you can't do nothing about, that outside. Also, your mental stressors, maybe the stress from your job, all these things. When it's prolonged higher stress levels, what happens? Plaque, your body's response and protective mechanism is lay down plaque. Myelin, which is something that people used to believe could be regenerated. You just heard the doctor. I ain't no doctor. I just played the doctor, and I'm going to play for you another short clip of another doctor. Listen, myelin has to be repaired. You have to do something to actively clean the plaque. Lion's Mane will do that for you. Again, Lion will do that for you. That's only one of Bad Mama Jammas. You get yourself some ashwagandha tea and start having it in the evening every other night. Listen, I need you. Please clean your brain. Please do this for your brain. Please do not end up with early onset dementia. Black men specifically are in danger of as early signs of 46. Some are already starting to show. I pray that you will do what you need to do to get the scans. Get yourself a CAC calcium artery score. If you've not done it, I don't care what your age is, you need to get that done. You need to know which plaque has already done got started building up on the inside of your body. All right? And if your insurance will cover it, some of y'all need to go ahead and get a brain scan. I'm 26 on the inside. So I know numbers. I need you to know yours. I am metabolically healthy and obese at the same time. We got things in the wrong order. Yes, your weight is important. You know what's more? The type of fat that you got. That visceral kind of fat. That visceral fat will allow you to have a BMI. Guess what? End up in a heart attack and end up having early onset dementia. That visceral is dangerous. Plaque that building up. Who do you think his friend is? Visceral fat. Please do create an environment that doesn't like. If you're willing to clean you should be willing to clean your brain. You should be willing to create an environment for your brain to clean itself. Lion's mane. Adaptogens. Lion's mane isn't the only one, but it's what I wanted to perk at. Listen, this is going to help your hippocampus. This is going to help improve your immune system. This is going to help really lower your actual level, which is called cortisol. All right. I need you to understand all science behind it. I will drop the links in the YouTube live video. This is live on YouTube and I'm live recording because this is too important. So I hope that I'm helping you understand. Lion's mane gonna help your brain. Lion's mane gonna help your. Let me tell you one man. Lion's mane gonna help your brain. I hope I'm being clear. We got to lower your stress. We have to lower the plaque levels and clean it out. We have to. We have to do something about the neurotoxins. Listen, those amyloid plaques is a neurotoxin. This is why your body actually responds with more of it, which speeds up Alzheimer's, which speeds up your forgetfulness, which speeds up memory loss, which speeds up your ability to not focus. Please, y'all, I'm begging you. Everybody who's watching this right now live, you know I care about you. You know I do want to see you win. I want you to be here. That man dying put an extra fire under me. He's only 56 or 50, I think it was. That's young. That's too young. I personally know people who have Alzheimer's in their family. Please, y'all. Please. I'm begging you. Even if you only do it once a week, please start. You can buy it in powder form. Listen, you get it in Whole Foods. You can buy it in any way that you want. You can get this on Amazon. I'm tired of seeing, listen, the weight loss industry has changed the conversation and not people the truth. So people losing their daddies, people losing their sons, their brothers, people are losing, and Black people in this country. I'm sorry, y'all. This just makes me very emotional because I just can't be quiet. I need y'all to live. This thing is bigger than your weight. I don't care if people talk about my size and all that. What I do care about is you knowing your numbers. What I do care about is you being able to preserve some of these memories and the knowledge and the gifts that God gave you. We need you. And so I'm just asking y'all, this is my first Health Class USA of the 2022. I had to take time to just hear from her. Ask y'all, please. I've talked to you about a lot of stuff. This right here is the most important because the adaptability of this medicinal mushroom and how it can help not only your brain. I'm talking about also the plaque in your heart. I'm talking about helping your body cleanse itself of metals that are in toxins that you bring in just through the normal breathing, the day to day. I'm asking. Please dead every excuse, even if it's just once a week. Please consider getting you viable Lion's mane. The only one that I know of thus far, You research and find one that you feel comfortable with. But one thing I do know about Sigmatic, I don't work for them. I don't have no financial relationship with them. I do know use a dual extraction process. And I do know that is it. I do know that you're getting actual lion's mane. I know that you're getting the antioxidants that you need. I do know this is something that will act to help you clean your brain. So please, you can't afford to select having adaptogens in your weekly diet, not every other day. So I don't know what your budget is. You can borrow $1.99. You can literally buy it in Whole Foods. You can go in Whole Foods. Some of them have it right there by the register. Some of them have it on the tea aisle. And you can see it. You can literally open the box and you can buy them one at a time, or you can buy the box. I think it's like $11.99 or $11.98, something like that. Please. Lion's mane. It's gonna help your brain. Whoo, y'all got me crying up here on a Saturday for Mother's Day. But I had to drop this with y'all before I leave town in the next hour. So if you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand or unmute yourself, and or you can drop it in the chat and I'll address it. But that's all I have for y'all today. Adaptogens. You need adaptogens. You cannot afford. If you're over 35, you can't wait. You cannot wait. Yes, Miss Beverly, I do have a list of tests, and I'll send that to you. If anybody's interested in a list of tests that you can request for your doctor or have it, there are some companies that will do this test, these type of tests, and they can send it to the house, and pretty easy to follow, so you can get yours. To know your CAC test, especially your biomarkers. It can tell you certain things that you may have a predisposition for certain illnesses. If somebody in your family has Alzheimer's, you're at an increased list, at least by 30%. So just naturally, you're body more prone to building amyloid plaque, and let's say who doesn't have that kind of family history. That do nothing about the DNA that was passed on to you. That's not true. But you have to be realistic about what the reality is of what your unique body composition and stuff is. And if you're at higher risk, you have to run a solid health offense to prevent it. You have to do even more than someone who doesn't have the same risk. Make sure you're clean. If you're having processed food, which let's be honest, most of us are, you need to do for yourself. You got to have something to work on your behalf. I will put his super on your natural. I hope you guys will join us for sundown fast this Wednesday coming up from 8 p.m. 8 a.m. It's just an overnight fast. Our scripture reading going to be 2 Corinthians chapter 4. Verse 17, it says, "For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, it worketh for us a far exceeding and eternal weight of glory." This is our light affliction. It is super our natural, but we got to do what we got to do on natural. And we start making sure we have adaptogens. You have easy access to adaptogen. Lion's mane will help your brain. I'm Miss Wells, Merck's health teacher. I hope that this lesson blesses you. I hope you'll play it. I hope that send me an email if you want a list of the tests, or you want the direct links as to how it is. wellsofwellness@yahoo.com. Those of you who have my number, you can easily text me and I'll reply back with it. All right. wellsofwellness@yahoo.com. Are there any questions? Sorry, when I had to get emotional, y'all. Sorry, but I want us to live. Are there any questions? All right, thank those of you for joining us on YouTube. Thank you guys for who tuned in on Zoom. You have a great day, and those of you mothers, have a happy Mother's Day.